He's a non-machine Anglo candidate in a majority Puerto Rican ward that's also the home of Joe Barrios, the chair of the Cook County Democratic Party. 31st Ward candidate Sean Starr is hoping to unseat longtime incumbent Ray Suarez. I'm Mike Fouché, and this is Aldertrack's Meet a Chicago Candidate series. Tell me, Sean, what's driving you to run for alderman?
Sure. Thanks. First of all, Mike, thanks for having me. I'm running for a variety of reasons. Chicago was in large part built on the backs of the working class. And I feel like in recent years, the city's been giving short shrift to working class families. So in large part, I'm running to be another voice at the table to represent the working class and the middle class. I'm also running because some of the working class, my neighbors and community activists in the 31st Ward, asked me to run. And I'm trying to be responsive to my community. And then on a personal note, I'm running because my wife and I decided to put roots down in the community. We love our community. We love the neighborhood. And we have a little baby daughter that we want to raise in the ward. So I'm running to give her a brighter future.
So do you consider yourself an Emmanuel, Garcia, Wilson, or Fioretti supporter?
Well, I haven't decided who I'm voting for. Well, let me correct that. I've decided I'm not voting for Rahm Emanuel. I really like Chuy Garcia. I really like Bob Fioretti. So I'm still working my way through deciding which one I'm going to vote for.
Are you taking calls from them?
Yes.
Okay. So they're asking for your support.
Well, I mean, I've met them both, and I've known Bob for a little longer than I've known Chuy, but I definitely think they both have really good ideas.
Most sitting aldermen would say ward maintenance issues occupy most of their time, but if you had a major policy issue, what would it be?
Well, ward maintenance issues are important to me, but if I had one citywide issue, and in large part, I've made the public education, public schools the center piece of my campaign. My wife is a CPS teacher. My mom's a CPS teacher. I feel like public education is a fundamental to any successful society. And I feel like we've kind of turned our back on the public education system. So if I'm elected, I will be a city council person who advocates wholeheartedly for the Chicago public schools. I'm in favor of an elected school board. I'm in favor of smaller class sizes. I'm also in favor of communicating with the teachers and the parents and the students about what changes they think would be instrumental in improving their experience.
If you were elected, would you be part of the Progressive Caucus?
I most certainly would be part of the Progressive Caucus if elected.
So, a white attorney from a downtown law firm, are you a force for gentrification in Belmont-Cragen?
I don't believe that I'm a force for gentrification. I have made a big commitment as part of my campaign to maintaining affordable housing, to not changing the cultural demographics of the ward. I feel like the 31st Ward is kind of a bedroom community to some other wards that have better transportation, who have larger, more gentrified zones. And I feel like it's that we can make the 31st Ward an example for other communities that have, over the years, kind of had poor job situations and high crime rates. In meeting with community activists, I feel like there is room to bring economic development to the ward, but the type of economic development that is inclusive to the people that work and live in the ward. I'd like to provide jobs to the people who work there, that they can work in the ward as opposed to having to go downtown or go to the suburbs to work.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, Sean.
Thanks, Mike.
You can learn more about the Sean Starr campaign and almost 200 others by subscribing to our email newsletter at aldertrack.com, by listening to this series on Rivet Radio, and by subscribing to this series on YouTube. Thank you very much. More great stuff to come.